Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. DBougie86 here again, and I want to welcome you all to my DVD Blu-ray update for the month of July. Now, I got a few things here, nothing really major. I got like 2 stacks, one of DVDs and one of Blu-rays. I didn't really go a little less crazier than usual this month for two things. For starters, at the beginning of the month, I was out of work. And with that being said, it was kind of a rough period because of my injury and shit. As you know, if you watched my last update or any of my videos from last month. So, that being said, it's not as big as usual. There is a good amount of stack of stuff for each section. So, let's just get right into it. First off, I want to talk about something real quick. If you know, I did a review on this film. This is a screener copy of Chaos AD that I got in the mail from the director Chris Woods. And I did fun with the Indiegogo campaign for this film before I even watched the film. And I loved it when I reviewed it and stuff. And it's a really, one of my proudest reviews, I have to say. I'm really, really proud of that review. The response it got, and the response I got for it from its crew, from, of course, the director Chris. He thanked me personally, and the cast and crew, Sean Donahue, the producer, the actresses in the film actually thanked me. Lisa Marie Carr and Ashley Lynn Caputo personally thanked me, and Kat Phoenix also thanked me. And I was really pleased with like that review and stuff, and it really got me views and more subscribers, which I really did thank them all for that. And I'm gonna leave the link for the Indiegogo campaign. This is the last month for it, so yeah, check out that review. I'll leave the link for my review for this in the description also, with the link for the Indiegogo. So yeah, check it out. Really fun film. Can't wait to get like my physical copy, and I believe it's November or October. I'm not really sure the date. I gotta look at it again. Next up, I picked up. These are like legit DVDs now. Is Ryan Nicholson's Hangar. Now this is a fucking bizarre trip, guys. If you haven't seen Hangar yet, fucking awesome film with Debbie Rochon and Dan Ellis, who's another cool cat because he actually commented on my Bloodshot review on Body Bags. And really, really cool actor. This one also has appearance by Lloyd Kaufman in a very interesting role, I might add. Really, really fucking fun film with some great effects. Of course, Ryan Nicholson, awesome dude. Glad he's doing better from his ailments. Next up, I picked up a Mondo Macabro release, and this one, it's one that my buddy Zach, Movie Guy 666, and Mood 616, I'll leave their links also in the description, always recommended to me in like either like top tens or like their personal thing. Like, yeah, Jeff, check out Santanico Pandemonium, and that's what it is. If you haven't seen this film, this is the film that Salma Hayek's character from Dusk Till Dawn is actually named after. Really fucking awesome, like nunsploitation film. If you haven't checked it out, def recommended. Mondo Macabro, awesome label right there. Next up is a Tokyo Shock DVD that I've been meaning to pick up, and this film is called ID. Now, this film is directed by Kei Fujiwara, who also directed the film Organ. And this is a really fucked up movie. I have to say, there's some fucked up shit in it. Just like Organ. Really bizarre shit. If you like your Japanese cinema, def recommend it. Next up, I grabbed 2 Blue Underground titles. Now, this one also Zach recommended to me numerous occasions, and that is The Killing Hour. I actually did a full-length review on this film on Body Bags. I believe it was the week before last, so if you want to check out my full thoughts on it, check out that review. And I'm jumped on the bandwagon. This film I have seen before on VHS back in the day. I've been meaning to grab it, and then all of a sudden Blue Underground announced that it was going out of print, so I jumped right on it, and that's Anguish. Of course, starring the late Zelda Rubinstein from Poltergeist and Michael Lerner. Really, really interesting film. If you haven't seen this film, I don't want to really give it away, but I recommend it. So, yeah, grab it. There's still copies available, so check it out. Next up, I grabbed one that I've been meaning to grab for a while. I actually ordered the sequel, so you'll probably see the sequel to this film next month's update. And I had been meaning to check this one out for a while, and that, of course, is Cold Prey, which I believe is like a Norwegian slasher. Really interested in this one. Been hearing a lot of great things about it. Finally psyched to have this in the collection, finally. Next up is one I actually reviewed yesterday on Body Bags, and this film is just a blast to watch. If you haven't checked out my review yet, I recommend you check it out. And that, of course, is Hell's Ground, which is a Pakistani like splatter film, pretty much. It takes like references to like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dawn of the Dead, Friday the 13th, and it's made by horror fans for horror fans. This film, with a Pakistani touch, of course. This film is also co-written and produced by Pete Toombs, who is the guy who actually runs Mondo Macabro. And really interesting stuff. There's a really cool reference to a Mondo Macabro title in this film also. So, awesome sauce right there. Another one that actually, what happened was, I actually saw this on Amazon for like $2.39. And me being the cheapskate that I am, I actually don't have Prime. But my buddy Sam from the 22 Shots, I usually send him the cash, and he usually orders the stuff to me, which is awesome that he does that, and he's a really cool dude. So I was like, I'm going to send you the cash for this one because it was cheap and I did have the money. And he's like, don't worry about it, I got it for you. So yeah, thank you again, Sam, for this. I actually do owe you. And secretly, I actually did order you something in the mail, so I hope you enjoy it when I actually get it, and I'll get your information for you to send it out to you. And that, of course, is Evil, which is a Greek zombie film. Really stoked to check this out. I've been hearing a lot of great things about this. Actually, when I posted this on Instagram, Jason from Beyond the Realms actually commented on it and said he really did enjoy this film, so that got me stoked to check it out. Jason's a really cool dude. And the last one, which is another Danger After Dark title, but I know this has actually a different like cover art because it had this on. Then I don't think it had this on the top cover. And this one, of course, is TLDK, which stands for 2-bedroom, living room, dining room, and kitchen. Now, I've been hearing a lot of great things about this film. I'm stoked to check it out. I know my buddy Jesse Midnight Crawler is a big fan of this film. He actually sent me his review that he wrote on this film. Really cool stuff. I can't wait to check this one out. I might review it down the line, but I told Jesse that I will private message him and let him know what I thought about this film. So I'm pretty stoked to check this one out. Next up, finally got my copy of Fetus by Brian Paulin, and which I did review on Body Bags. What happened was I messaged him because it was taking forever to get to, and what happened was, funny story, the mail post office actually sent the package back to them because the funny thing, because blame the director, it said in the message, the handwriting was sent, it was the right address, but they still sent it back because it was kind of like scrapped handwriting, I guess. I'm not really knocking Brian for his writing, but it was cool that they sent this to me. And for the wait, they actually were cool about it. They sent me a copy of Blood Pigs, which I do plan on reviewing down the line. Really cool stuff. Brian Paulin, really great indie filmmaker. If you like your gore flicks, recommend his work. Awesome stuff from a great director. Now we got 2 Criterion DVDs that I picked up. I picked up a bunch of Criterion stuff. There's actually 4 that I ordered that probably won't be here till Wednesday, so they will be in next month's update. So you'll get some Criterion in that update also. So I picked up White Dog. Haven't checked this out. I've been hearing a lot of great things about this film. Interesting plot this film has. Very controversial also. So again, this one's of course directed by Samuel Fuller, who directed the Big Red one, the war film. So I'm stoked to check that one out. And I finally picked up Man Bites Dog, which is pretty much like a found footage film where these group of documentaries follow this guy killing people pretty much. It's a French film, really, really interesting film. I might do a review on this down the line some point, so look out for that. And my good buddies at Wild Eye Releasing, I actually got a few things from them to review. I reviewed 3 of them. I got to review one of them still. And the first one, of course, is Motel Hangar, which is the directorial debut of Debbie Rochon. If you haven't checked out my review on this one yet, check it out. I really did dig this film. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on it out there. So, I really actually did dig this one. From with Lynn Laurie and, of course, Tiffany Shepard's in it. So, check out my review on that one. Another one I reviewed on Body Bags, actually, is Bread and Circus. Really fucking awesome film. If you haven't seen my review yet, check it out. Fucking awesomeness right here. If you're a fan of Bad Taste, check this out and check that review out. Awesomeness right there. And the last one I reviewed for them is Consumption, which is one of their newest releases. Now, this film, I kind of gotta say, like, when Wild Eye does like the shittiest cover art on it, this isn't really their best cover art, I won't lie. I wasn't really knowing what to expect with this film or how it was gonna go, but I actually ended up kind of digging it a little bit. It's not a perfect film by any means, but it wasn't as bad as I was gonna think it was gonna be from its premise and the way, like, it was a slow build up film with a great like setting, I have to say. And yeah, check out my review for my full thoughts on it. Really cool stuff. And the last one is Shark Exorcist. Now, I know my buddy Matt from You and Your Horror Movies actually did a review on this. I haven't watched his review, but I did see on his update that I know he didn't really care for this film. I am still curious to check it out. I know it is directed by Donald Farmer, who, of course, directed Demon Queen and Savage Vengeance and a segment of High 8. So, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a try. I watched some of it. I gotta finish it to do my review on it. And that is it for the DVDs. Now on to some Blu-ray Izzles. Got a nice. I'll just do this. Okay. Sorry about that. First up, Artsploitation sent me this to review, and I did review it. I believe last week was my review was posted, and that is The Perfect Husband. Another film that I'm hearing a lot of mixed things about. I actually did enjoy this film. I did a full-length review on it. If you haven't checked it out yet, check out that review. Very interesting film. I know this film. I think this is a film that you have to really judge for yourself, and so I do recommend it if you are a fan of like Italian cinema. So check out my review and let me know what you thought about it if you have seen it. Next up, I picked up, finally been wanting to check this film out for the longest time, ever since it was announced. I never got a chance to see it in theaters. And that, of course, is The Green Room. I really fucking enjoy this. Patrick Stewart's performance in this is so chilling and bizarre and awesome at the same time. Really cool film, of course. This film stars Anton Yelchin, who passed away recently. So, R.I.P. to Anton L. Yelchin and Jean-Luc Picard for life. Awesome film, of course, from Jeremy Selner, who directed Murder Party and Blue Ruin, 2 other films that I highly enjoyed. He's 3 out of 3 for me, and I'm stoked to check out what he's going to do next. Alright, next up, my good buddy Dylan Godzilla, of course. He actually got me this. I actually got him something too. I gotta send it out soon. Just like I said, like with the injury and stuff, it's been kind of hectic for me getting to the post office. So he grabbed me this, and that is the double feature of Friday the 13th Part 3 and the final chapter. Two of my favorites in the Friday series. Really stoked to have these on Blue. I have pretty much all the Friday films on DVD. I never picked up that box set. And these are going for crazy fucking money, I have to say. Fucking insane amounts of money. I kind of want to get the first two on Blu-ray too. I know they have them on single edition, so I'll probably just pick them up on those. But still fucking awesome. They come with the 3D glasses and shit. So thank you again, Dylan, for this. Two of my favorites in the series. Next up is the 7 in blue, of course, of Zombie Holocaust. Also known as Dr. Butcher MD, there is the barf bag. If you know about this film, it was originally released from a Shriek Show back in the day. They even had a Blu-ray edition of this. Now, I gotta say, the Dr. Butcher cut, the transfer is hit and miss. The Zombie Holocaust cut is a little better, in my opinion, with its transfer. But this is a really stellar release still from Severin. And I'm not blaming them for the transfer. It is probably because of the prints that they use of the version. But I gotta say, it's loaded with special features. This is like the definite edition of Zombie Holocaust, or Dr. Butcher MD, whatever you want to call it. I actually do dig the Zombie Holocaust cover more. Just my personal opinion, because that is how I knew the film. Really fun film. Really cheesy shit. Next up is what I call is the release of the month for me. It really is. And that, of course, is the Film-Centric's release of Jeff Lieberman's Blue Sunshine. This is just a beautiful fucking release. It comes with the soundtrack, the movie on Blu-ray, which is a fucking phenomenal transfer, I might add. The movie on DVD also. It comes with a bunch of bonus shit, like booklets and pamphlets and little like lobby cards and even like a bookmark. It comes with a bookmark for the booklet that comes with it. Fucking outstanding release. Of course, here's the slipcover. And there you go. Yes, fucking amazing detail on the slip, I have to say also. Just, I wish more companies put a lot of love in their releases like this one. Because this is a release that is worth it, in my opinion. It's just fucking stellar, and the presentation of it is just outstanding. I can't wait to see what else this company puts out and does. But this is the release of the month for me. Fucking outstanding shit right there. Now, another one I picked up finally, my buddy Matt from You Know Horror Movies actually did a review on this on Body Bags. And that, of course, is of Harvest Lake. I got a signed copy, of course, signed by Ellie Church, who's just a little doll. The director of the film, Scott Schreimer, and Brian K. Williams. I believe that's who the other signature is. And this is a limited edition, and it's limited to 285 out of 750. Really interesting number, I might add, on this. But I actually did really dig this film. It's very bizarre for the type of film it is. Really cool stuff. If you haven't checked out Harvest Lake, awesome shit right there. Next up, of course, is the Grindhouse release edition of Cat in the Brain, Lucio Fulci awesomeness. Another stellar edition. Grindhouse's edition is just phenomenal, in my opinion. Really outstanding release. I did order this from Diabolic, and I do have the bobblehead, which is up there. I keep them in the box still. I'll show you that like another time. But really fucking outstanding stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, I did post a picture of Fulci, the bobblehead. But yeah, fucking stellar edition. Comes with the soundtrack by Fabio Frezzi. And this glows in the dark. And it says Fulci Lives on the bottom. Fucking outstanding release by Grindhouse. Can't wait to see what I Drink Your Blood looks like. Now, next up, I got my arrows that I ordered from the Arrow sale. from the previous month, and I gotta say, great stuff. I picked up a few things from the Arrow sale. Kind of went a little crazy with it, to be honest. Now, the first one, of course, is the Steelbook of Shivers by David Cronenberg. Really dug the art on this. And this is a great release. This is the second pressing of this release with the uncut footage added on. I know that it was release edited, but I did check and it does say like second pressing on the disc. Fucking outstanding that Severin went back and released a stellar version and the fully uncut version of the film. That's why I waited a little while on it, but I'm glad I actually own this now. Really stoked to check that out. It's actually a Cronenberg film I have never seen before, and I'm stoked to check it out. Next up, of course, is Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise. Yes, love me some De Palma. Goodness right there. Really bizarre film. Really did dig this one. Next up is Mario Bava's Rapid Dogs, which is a film I never seen before. I wanted to check it out because I know Scream Factory and IFC did put out the French remake of this film, which I'm actually interested in, and I wanted to revisit the original first, so I'm going to be watching this soon before I watch that one. Film that I actually really love and dig, so I finally picked up a copy of it, and that is Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye. That this is not a horror film, this is more of like a crime noir story with Elliot Gould as Philip Marlowe, the famed what's his name? Fucking detective, that's what the word I was looking for. Of course, from Raymond Challenger's novels. Really love this film. Highly underrated film. Next up I picked up is the Arrow release of Motel Hell. Very interesting. I never picked up the Scream Factory of this, but I actually heard from a few people that the Arrow version is actually a better presentation of the film, not only in its transfer but also in its special features. That is why I picked up the Arrow version of the film. I listened to certain people of this. I do love this film, and I wanted the best edition possible of it, so I grabbed the Arrow edition. Next up is Big Trouble in Little China, John Carpenter film. Really love this. Fucking awesomeness right here. One of my favorite. This is my favorite Carpenter film. Watch this one all the time. Love me some Kurt Russell action, and I love the theme song to that film. It's just so catchy and awesome. Alright, the last Arrow is Jeff Lieberman's Squirm. So I got 2 films from Jeff Lieberman this month. Fucking outstanding release by Arrow. Again, same thing with like the Scream Factory edition. I heard from a lot of people that the Scream Factory edition is actually, I mean, the Arrow version has a better transfer for one, and also it has more special features on it. Really great transfer, and the features are phenomenal. Awesome shit from Arrow Video, and that is it for the Arrows. Now here are the 4 Criterion Blu-rays I picked up this month. I actually haven't watched any of these yet, so I will be checking them out soon. And the first Criterion is Quiet On, which is a horror anthology from Japan from the early 60s. Really stoked to finally check this out. I've been dying to see this film for years, and I might be doing a review on it soon. Foreshadowing. Next up is Asian Gangster film, which I actually could have picked up during the Arrow sale, but I never got the chance to. And that is Branded to Kill. Either way, you know the transfer is going to be amazing either way, because Criterion does some of the best transfers of films ever, in my opinion. And this is just a beautiful, Butterfingers. This is just a beautiful addition of a film to have. Really stoked to finally check this out. Next up is, of course, David Lynch's Eraserhead. Really stellar edition. Finally glad that I picked this one up finally. So stoked. Comes with a giant ass fucking booklet. I love how Arrow does like their booklets for some of these editions. They're insane. Really stoked. This is actually a David Lynch film I have never seen before, shockingly, and I'm stoked to check it out. Next up, I did upgrade Carnival Souls. I've been hearing a lot of great things about the transfer on this, so I want to check it out for myself. I do have the DVD edition of this film, the old one, and I will be keeping it just because it does have the director's cut, which I know this edition doesn't have. But still a stellar release, and I do really love that artwork. It's a really beautiful artwork for this film. And the last Criterion, which I did actually see this film before, so I did lie. And that, of course, is I finally own the Criterion edition of Rosemary's Baby. Edition I've been eyeing for a while, and I finally own it. And I'm glad to finally own it. And I'm stoked to check out this edition. Really love that film. That film's a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. Alright, guys, that's it for this update. I know it wasn't as big as last month's, and this month probably will be the same because I am going away for a week, so I'm saving some money for that. If I run in any stores, though, I might be picking some stuff up. As always, check out all the links in the description below. And as always, I'll see you next video, guys. Peace out.